Hey, we're talking about trusting more and fearing less. I don't know, are you one of those people who just has to control everything and you feel unsettled when things are out of control? Maybe you feel your life is out of control. Oh, I gotta tell you, I've been there. In fact, I'm there quite regularly. And this is something that I've learned just lately, and I want to share it with you because once you make this simple little shift in your mind, you are going to feel so much more relaxed. All this pressure that's been building up about how do you control stuff that is absolutely out of your control, how do you live that way and yet have peace and joy and happiness? Well, I found a few things recently that hopefully will help you, so join me for today's episode. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I am sharing something that I have learned just lately, and I don't know if I have it figured out enough to really teach it to you in a way that you can understand. It's kind of complicated, but this is something that for me has been life-changing because I used to, and in fact, if you listen to a bunch of the videos on this series, I talk about how you do this so you can have more control in your life. And I recognized in listening to myself record these over and over again that I had this deep-seated need to feel like I had control over my life. And that's what I wanted, and that's what I wanted to share with other people on how to do that. And I have come to find that I'm wrong. I've been wrong all along. We don't want to have more control in our life. We want to have more trust. We want to have more faith. We want to be able to go with the flow a lot more. But I didn't know how to do that when the reason that I wanted to have more control is because like my job security has been really bad. You know, in the creative field that I'm in, it's up and down. I used to be in the advertising world and I got let go like 3 or 4 times. So I never felt like I was in control of my destiny, and I wanted to change that. So if you look through the series, you found that I talk a lot about the law of attraction, about visualizing, about doing things that we can deliberately, intentionally create stuff in our lives. And I absolutely believe that's possible, and I've found that it's true along the way. But I have also found in looking at my why do I want to create those things? Well, it's because I wanted to have more control in my life. And now I realize it isn't control that I want. It's faith. It's trust. It's belief that everything's going to work out well. But in letting go and not being the one in control, you know, that's no way to live either. You know, that's like being in a car with nobody on the, holding on to the steering wheel. You want to be in control, right? Well, what I have found is that instead of being in control, what you want to be is in charge. Now, this is where it gets kind of complicated because I know it sounds like the same thing, but it really isn't. So let me just share with you some examples. So I'm a commercial filmmaker, I'm a director. And one of the things that I do as a director is I bring together these amazing artists. Now film, I love film. Film is the most powerful tool of persuasion known to man because it encompasses every art form. There are illustrations, there are light, color, dance, and choreography. There's movement, there's pacing, there's mood and tone and color. And there are all of these art forms brought together. And not only that, there are artists from each of these fields. You know, the wardrobe artist, the gaffer who does all the lights, the cinematographer who figures out the depth of field, and everyone has their own art specialty, and when you bring them all together, you are able to create something amazing. So now, what is the difference between being in control and being in charge? Well, imagine if the director came onto a set and was like, this is my film, you're doing it my way, and everyone had to come on board. And I'm afraid sometimes that probably happens. But what happens that is amazing is when a film really takes life, and when the director has enough confidence in the people that he's hired or brought together to create something beautiful. And he trusts his wardrobe artist, and he trusts his director of photography, and he trusts the lighting guy, and he tells them, and he gets them all together on the same vision of what he wants or she wants to create, the kind of mood, the kind of tone, the kind of story. But each one is able to interpret that in their own eyes and add their artistry. So see, a director who operates like this is in charge of the production, but he's not in control. He doesn't manage everything and make everybody do it just the way that he wants or she wants, but he starts it out. He gets the ball rolling, and then he trusts in the process. He trusts each of these creative entities to come together and to bring something beautiful. What if you were the director of your life? Think about that. What if you were actually starting things? What if you had a vision for what you wanted to accomplish? You had this goal, this dream, but you were less concerned with how it actually came about, and you were more concerned with what you wanted to have happen. Does that make sense? So anyway, when I realized that I have been causing my own problems by searching for this control that is elusive and is not going to serve me well, once I started to do that, I listed out all the kind of the differences between being in control and being in charge. So I'll just show this to you. This is my journal here. So what I did was at the top I wrote in control, and then on the other side I wrote in charge, and then I put a line between it. And I'll just share a few things with you. It's like somebody that wants to be in control tries to make things happen. And somebody that is in charge starts things happening, but lets them be self-chosen. You know, it's a self-chosen journey. If you want to be in control, you're focused on the outcome. If you want to be in charge, you're enjoying the journey. If you want to be in control, generally you're impatient. If you want to be in charge, you're trusting. You're trusting of the process and everyone involved. If you want to be in control, you're focused on the how. How do we make this happen? If you want to be in charge, you're focused on the why. You know, what is it that we want to accomplish? Why are we all here? What is the end result of this film or this life that we are creating? Anyway, I hope that kind of gives you some ideas. I'll just share a couple more with you. One, so if you want to be in control, you are focused on the end with fear that it won't turn out that way, that it won't turn out just right. Whereas if you are in control and if you trust those around you, if you trust God and the universe and those other people that are in your life, you can be focused on the journey, excited for what is developing. Does that make sense? Does that kind of help you kind of understand the difference between being in control of your life and being in charge? And being in charge means you're in the driver's seat. It means you've got your hands on the steering wheel. It means that you're the director of your life. You have a vision for what you would like to accomplish, and you trust the process that you can get there, trusting that all these things that happen to you, these events and these people that come into your life, trusting that they are all there to help you get where you want to go. So anyway, hopefully that helps you. It's been a huge revelation for me. It has taken so much stress off of me where I realize I don't have to work so much on the how, and I don't have to worry so much about the chaos that's going on right now. I simply can enjoy the process, trust that by visualizing this, by creating my intention each day, by creating my ideas and getting those out there to God and the universe, I am able to bring this about. Hopefully that helps you with where you want to go, because I know that you have a great purpose in your life. I know that you're here for a reason, and I certainly hope that you pursue it. So anyway, hopefully that helps you kind of get rid of the stress and the anxiety of why aren't things working out the way I want, to where you can trust. You know, you can trust more and you can fear less. You can start to enjoy the process and become who you are truly meant to be. What do you think? You've heard my thoughts. Now let's hear yours. In the comment section below, share what impressions came to your mind. What did you get out of this? If you have had thoughts to take action, please do so. Always listen to your inner voice. It's your ultimate guidance system. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, I will reward you by sending you my purpose planner so you can have a physical guide to help you get in touch with your inner guide. Your core story will serve you or shackle you. It's up to you. Choose your beliefs and pick your identity. It is choice, not chance, that determines your reality. See you next time.